Okay, good morning, guys. This is an important announcement. I looked at your exam one, and you guys did fine. However, some of you didn't enter the answers in proper format. I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that, what you can do, what you can't do. Now, again, this time, I did not take off points if the formatting was correct. The formatting was incorrect, but the answer was correct. I'll tell you what I mean by formatting, okay? I'll give you a real quick example here. And then I'm going to show you how you can do it correctly. So if your answer is x squared over y squared, some of you wrote like this. Okay, that's correct. If the correct answer is x squared over y squared, that's correct. But I do expect you to write it like this. Okay, this time I did not take off points. Next time I will take off half of your points. So if the question is worth 1 point, you're going to get 0.5 if you write it like this. I hope you understand what I'm saying. In order to get full points, your correct answer has to be in correct format, which is something like this. Okay? It's very hard to read when you guys write things like this, and things can get really ugly in this class because some of the signs will look more like this. And yet you have to, and yes, you have to write it correctly. It's the cube root of 4. Okay, I don't know how you're going to write it on your keyboard if you don't use the options given on BlazeView. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say, and if you don't, you have to come and talk to me. So I'm going to show you how you can do it. This is the sample exam, not any real exam. So the answer to the first question is something, right? So I'm going to go here. You see this? I'm going to go here and choose equation, the very first one. See how it's blue? I'll click that. Then again, surprise, surprise, graphical equation, which is under equation. There are other things. I'm going to choose the very first one that's available to me. Graphical equations. This guy. Okay. Now, if you need to do the problem on a piece of paper, that's totally understandable. No problem. You don't have to show me the work. Okay. Once again, some of you did that. Some of you showed me 3 or 4 lines, and that's okay. If you absolutely want to do it that way, I don't see a problem. I'll look at your last line. I'll consider that your last answer, your answer. So the answer to this is x to the power 4. I'm going to write it like this. I know I need parentheses. X to the power 4. Did you see how I click this icon? A box with a box on top. That's for power, and you have to play with it. And I can kind of see the question. And the next part will be negative 2x again to the power 2 this time, and then plus 1. Plus 1. Now I really don't need the parentheses here, right? So of course, if you wrote what I just wrote, you'll be totally fine. But let's take care of it. Let's not put the parentheses. It's not needed. It's redundant. I'm going to delete this. Now that's my answer. Insert. I have it. And this is what I want to see. I do not want to see this, and I'm going to type it in the bottom. Okay. Now, if this is correct, technically this, what I'm typing is correct. I'll give you half of 1 point. The correct answer will earn you 1 point, and writing x to the power 4 with caret signs will earn you half of those points if your answer is correct. Let me show you a couple of other things you can do. I'm just going to do, well, let me see. Let's find another problem. So let's try this one, okay? 2 over x plus 4 divided by x plus 2. And I'm going to, again, I'm repeating myself, go to the plus sign on the right-hand side and look for equations, then go for graphical equation. And I want to see my question. Again, I would expect you to do it by hand on a piece of paper, then enter the final answer. So the answer to of course, you have to do it by hand, and it's not something we have really done in this class. Okay, so don't panic. I just made it up to show you how you can use this menu to write something complex. Actually, the answer is going to be, the bottom is going to be x times x plus 2. And the top, you have to do it. I'm not going to go over the math. The top is going to be 2x, 6x plus 4. Let me just double check. And not that it matters really. I'm just showing you how to do it. That sounds about right. Again, it doesn't matter. You put it here. Again, writing it like this. And some of the answers I've seen, people don't even put parentheses. So technically that's incorrect. So this is really, the answer is wrong. Okay, just plain wrong. If you want to write it correctly using this kind of formatting, you have to put square brackets. You have to tell me this whole thing is in the top, whole thing is in the bottom. Now, this is technically, the second format is technically, the answer is correct, formatting is incorrect. You're going to get half of 1 point. If you write this, you're going to get full points. Now, do you always have to go to the equation? Not really. If it's a multiple choice, you choose a number. If it's something as simple as, I'm going to just write it here, I'm not going to just make up another problem. If you're talking about a set and it has 2 elements, sure, that's fine. No problem. You don't have to take the time. Whenever you see a fraction with top and bottom, whenever you see complicated expressions, mathematical expressions, you have to be very clear. So let me give you one more example here before I wrap up. Again, plus, equation, graphical equation. Let's say I don't have a problem here, but let's say my answer is cube root of 27. I'm going to go here and play with some of these icons. Most of the things you will use for my class are here on top. You won't use this phi, you don't have to. There's union, there's intersection, there is pi. I don't think you will use pi. There is absolute value. And this is the one you will actually use, 27 cube root. Okay, see how nice it looks. Okay, so once again, on exam 2, exam 3, exam 4, if you don't write the correct answer in the correct mathematical format, you're going to lose half of your points. I hope it makes sense. If it doesn't, if you're trying to type something and you cannot, you have to schedule an appointment or just ask me in class, how do you type that? I will come to this test and show you. All right. Thank you, guys.